we're going to be doing a review and unboxing of the Passion Planner, and I have two of them, and these are the dated 2018 planners, and we're going to go through whether or not I think they're worth it for what you get. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Pretty Fabulous, and I help online businesses create beautiful digital downloads using Adobe InDesign. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I do unboxings like today on Saturdays. Now this is the 2018 Classic Rose Gold Passion Planner. It is the large size. It is 8.27 by 11.69 inches, so it's pretty hefty in size and in weight. Now this is their limited edition in terms of the color, which means it will not be restocked, and it is currently sold out. And I was lucky enough to score this for $10, and it's normally $35, but I suspect they'll have planners that look just like this, but maybe won't have this design on them. $10 sounds like a deal, except shipping was $8 and taxes were another $2, so this did end up costing almost $20. I believe I received this one for $10 because they had a pop-up sale on Instagram, and I saw that and went to their site. And as far as packaging, it arrived in just a paper flat rate USPS envelope with nothing else in it. There was no invoice or any sort of packaging. This one normally retails for $25, but right now on their website, they are discounting all dated planners by $10. Now, I forgot to mention there were two stickers inside of there, a Be Happy sticker and a Passion Planner sticker that came with this particular planner. This one did not come with any stickers. Now, this is the Rose Gold Planner that is no longer available, and I'll tell you why in a second. This is their A5 planner, and remember, these are exactly the same in terms of all the pages are exactly the same. The only difference is the size and the fact that this one, the weeks start on a Sunday, and in here, the weeks start on a Monday. Oh, I'm sorry. The other difference is the elastic band over here. This one doesn't have one. It does have a bookmark, just like the other one, a green bookmark, but nothing else. And that does help to make it a little less bulky. You can see the Passion Planner logo here on the front, and there's nothing on the back. And this is a glue binding. I don't know if you guys can see that, along with a stitch binding, in case you're interested in spines. And it does have an extra glue protection on the outside, another piece of, I shouldn't say glue, tape around the spine. Now in here, these were discontinued, and the reason these were discontinued is because what you see here, this is, I believe it's like a pleather, but the actual planners don't fit inside properly. So sometimes the covers would be a little bumpy, and that's because these actually kind of slide in. And let me try to slide it out so I can show you. So in theory, you could just keep this cover from year to year and then take this black planner, which looks exactly like this planner, and swap it out when 2018 is done and replace it with a new planner and still have your pretty cover. Now, most covers I don't think last that long, so I don't know why you would do that, but I guess, you know, it kind of is following the Franklin Covey model where you keep the outside and then the inside. You can change from year to year, or if you want to add different pages, or if you change your mind and you say, oh, I want this to hold my wedding planner or something like that. So let's just go through this page by page so you can see exactly what's in here. They have this give one, get one, give one. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get two planners for the price of one, but you're not going to get two planners. They're just simply suggesting that you give a planner away. There you can put your name, your email, a reward. This is copyright by Angelia Trinidad, who I believe is the CEO. I did contact them to see if I could do an interview. Angelia Trinidad is on sabbatical for the next year. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of planners she comes out with between now and 2019 if she's on sabbatical. But I believe her social media and graphic design are still running, obviously, because I saw this planner on Instagram for $10, and that's how I bought it. So how will you benefit from your Passion Planner? And over here, they talk about a fresh start. She has a little welcome section and some social media icons. She talks about your passion roadmap, And then she talks about creating your plan, adding specifics. So basically just doing some goal setting. This talks about how the planner is set up and all of the great things on why you should plan. And then they have a small little sort of weekly layout example over here. Again, everything in these planners is black and white, so there's absolutely nothing in color. She has 2018 and 19, and then she has holidays, as well as some space for you to write. And whenever she gives you space to write, she calls it the space of infinite possibilities, which I like. It's very positive. And we go right into January. Now I'm just going to show you January because all of the months basically follow the same format. She's talking over here about this month's focus, people to see, places to go, and not to-do lists, which I guess could be don't smoke, don't eat candy or something like that. Over here, personal projects and due dates, and then other projects, and then work projects and due dates. And then over here, break it down, create a mind map of this month's game changer. So it looks like she also puts in gray instead of leaving these blank, she'll put the dates for the alternate month. Now here we get into our weekly layout, and remember again I did the Monday through Friday layout. You could have started these layouts on Sunday. She gives you that option whenever you purchase a planner to have it go Sunday through Saturday instead. So over here at the top left we have this week's focus, good things that happen, and then she gives you a quote. And then she just kind of gives you a little advice, which I believe it changes. Yes, that's right. It changes from week to week. Same thing again. Here's your to-do list, top priorities, priority, and errands. So kind of your A, B, C list. These are work-related things. And then again, some blank space for you to write. So each week follows that exact same format. And when you get to the end of the month over here, she has a 2-page spread on weekly reflection. And here she's asking, what was the most memorable part of this past month? Describe it. What were the 3 biggest lessons you've learned in this past month? Review your planner for the past month and assess your priorities. Are you happy with how you spent your time? If not, what steps can you take next month to adjust them? Over here on the right, how are you different between this past month and the month before? What or who are you especially grateful for this past month? Name 3 things you can improve on this upcoming month. What are concrete actions you can take to work towards these improvements? And from a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel overall about this past month? End of the month checklist, highlight your accomplishments, reform, set checkpoints. So this goes along with the passion roadmap and her steps on how to sort of give yourself a yes or no for the month. Now, February, again, I said every month is exactly the same, so we won't really go into that. This will just be kind of a rinse, what I call rinse and repeat. So let's just jump ahead to the end of the year. So this is December. And then she has what's called the end of the year reflection. So from 1 to 10, how do you feel overall about this past year? What advice would you give yourself at the beginning of the year? What were the biggest lessons you learned this past year? What is one way to incorporate these lessons into your life? Review your planner for the past year and assess your priorities. Are you happy with how you spent your time? If not, what steps can you take next year to adjust them? How are you different between this year and the last? What or who are you especially grateful for this past year? Name 3 things you can improve on next year. What are concrete actions you can take to work towards these improvements? So these questions pretty much mimic the questions that you already answered for the month. And then she gives you some blank pages. And I'm going to say these are about 1, 2, 3. So that's about 10 blank pages. And then she gives you about 10 pages with grid lines on them. And then we have designed in California, printed in China. And over here, seal of approval, hand inspected by somebody in San Diego, Passion Planner Promise. And this is probably why this came so quickly. I'm located here in San Diego. I was going to say this got to my house like probably a few days after I ordered it, even though it was US mail. And that is it. So overall, I think if you like putting lots of color in your planner, you're going to like this one because it's black and white, so it doesn't really seem very intrusive. I would say this planner is actually very masculine to me. So if you're a man, obviously it's all black. I put that sticker on there. It has a green bookmark even. So the fonts, the colors, the blocky layout, very manly, which is fine. I think it's very gender neutral. So I think if you're a dude, you would love this planner, or somebody who likes using lots of colors and wants them to help stand out against a black and white background. But overall, this was definitely worth this was definitely worth free for picking it up. There's not enough space in here for me to write the dates that I would, because I do write very big, so it's not big enough. And even this one, which is bigger, this one doesn't really leave me a lot of space. They're trying to add a lot of extra things here. I have way more things to do for the week than I would ever fit on here. I would actually prefer a second page. For me, there's just not enough white space in this planner to get my stuff down, but that's probably just me. This was definitely worth the $10. I don't know if I would have paid full price plus the shipping, because that would have been another $10, so that would have been $45 for this planner. Comment below and let me know, do you prefer a black and white planner, or do you prefer the more colorful layouts? And as I said, their CEO is on sabbatical for a year, so it'll be interesting to see if their designs and patterns for next year are exactly the same, or if she comes back early to change those. All right, I will see you guys next week. Bye.